So I have a confession to make. I thought Japan was the place for me. I thought this is where I wanted to spend the next year. But after 2 months, I just can't take it anymore. And without telling anyone, here I am. I have returned to the glorious Europe, my hometown, my everything. Right now, as you can see, we're spending some time in France, and it's lovely. You know, there's absolutely no chance of anything going wrong because there's no Brexit or anything. So if I wanted to travel around Europe, that wouldn't be awkward, would it? Wait, it would. Well, I'm here now. There's a lot of them there. Right, I've managed to make my way to Italy. It's really nice, there's some lovely architecture around here. Make sure there's no exit in there. I just feel like something's missing. This doesn't feel quite right. This definitely doesn't seem like Europe. Now I found a castle. I mean, it's nice finding stuff when you're out and about, but it seems a little too convenient. Well, I think it's actually time to come clean. No, I've not given up my dreams of living in Japan for a year. I am in fact in a theme park. This is Porto Europe, and it's Europe, an hour from Osaka. Now it is rather small, but more importantly, it's free. The rides cost to go on. You can walk around all the Europe-themed parts, you know, just like I am. Not a penny lost. This isn't exactly an uncommon thing in Japan. There's a lot of import countries here, almost. And I don't know exactly why that is, but I think a lot of Japanese people I've spoken with never actually left Japan. So if they want to go somewhere like Europe, this is the facsimile they go for. It's not quite the real thing, but it was amusing to wander around. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a worthwhile trip by itself, but Wakayama has a few other things you might be interested in if you fancy a different day trip from Osaka that people aren't usually going to do. Follow me and we'll see what else we get up to.
And now that I've let the ruse go, I can travel back in time a bit. See, you can get a more direct route here, for example via bus or car, but I chose to get the train that was about a 40-minute walk away. And if you watch my other videos, you'll know I love to do this just to see what I find on the way. And there were some interesting things. There was a lovely river to walk along, there was just streets that no foreigner has any right mind to be in, and a lovely little promenade with some boats and some traditional Japanese houses along the river. This one in particular really made me pause to look at it. Got to see these interesting rock formations, and then as we approach the bridge itself, it really does transform from what you'd expect to be Japan into a European style world. It's not just a Porto theme park, but there's palm trees around, there's all sorts of wedding reception venues that are very European in style, like this very much reminded me of when my parents got married, and these yellow buildings, just you don't see anything like this anywhere else in Japan. I walked past the palm trees on the way to the main theme park and enjoyed these buildings on the way. But it's not just the European style that you can find it. There is a fish mart where you can get very local fresh fish, and the same can be said for fresh fruit. I personally got myself a bunch of oranges and I ate one on the seaside when something interesting happened.
I didn't buy anything at Porto Europe. I didn't buy anything at the fish market, but I did get something at the fruit stand, which was some oranges. I asked for it without a plastic bag. They said to me one word in English, service, which I assume just means this is the service we provide. You have in a plastic bag, so I just said okay. So I've got my oranges in a plastic bag, in their individual peels. But they were actually quite reasonably priced. It was 540 yen for 6 oranges, which is what I've paid anywhere else in Japan. So, and they are quite big. So I'm gonna have one of these oranges looking at this lovely view. Now, I think you might have saw that in the time lapse, but that's some of the easiest oranges to peel I've ever had. And they're quite nice. Really juicy. Very juicy. Now, I don't know if the camera's going to capture this exactly. That over there is Tokushima, and this is the first time I've seen Tokushima. It's the 4th largest Japanese island, but the smallest of the main ones. And I've not been yet, but I'm aiming to go sometime in November, December. So, I've seen you now. Soon.
And during this next time lapse is where something very interesting happens. Can you spot what happened? Is it obvious?
The next thing you can do in Wakayama is meet the locals, because as you may have seen just at the end of that time lapse, someone sat down to me and offered some sake to me. It was really nice, and I had that, and we had a conversation. Well, I'd say we had a conversation. There was 3 of us. I didn't speak much Japanese, they didn't speak much English, and there was someone who spoke both languages fluently, so between the 3 of us we had a conversation for about an hour. And now we're going out to have some drinks in Osaka tomorrow.
Happening, yeah, we're not going to go into that. But it was still a nice event in the moment.
So, if you just sit by the ocean where a bunch of people are fishing, maybe you'll meet some people too. And maybe you can say that Raszero recommended this place to you and that's how you got there. That would be quite a thing.
In the European area, but there isn't actually that much to this place. It's quite a little small island, so before long I found my way onto my bridge out of here and to my next destination.
Next, this may not be for the faint of heart, but if you like the ocean, this is kind of a great place to see it because it is just everywhere. Osaka has an ocean, but it kind of feels a bit more sealed off. You have to go out your way to it. If you go to this park and you're up for a 2-hour walk, you can walk straight from here to the city centre along the ocean the whole way. Well, that's what I'm hoping, and I've heard there's even a beach, so let's see if there's anything nice. But look at this view. This is already a view worth coming for. This is already incredible. You've got just that beauty in that way, the lovely mountains in the other way, where we've just come from. I'm loving it. I think this is without a doubt the best beach I've been to in Japan. Just like, I do love Odaiba and how it goes against the city, but this is just fine beauty, and there's like no commercialization. It's just the beach with a lovely view, and that's just lovely. So if you're near Osaka and fancy a beach day, there may be some better beaches, I don't know, but this is certainly a good choice. A room designed for you to just walk straight next to the sea. There's no beach here, there's literally a drop in the ocean. But if you have to breathe in the sea, get a little bit fit while you do. Again, Wakayama's got you covered. Now I've just noticed in the distance, I can barely see it, but fancy looking shrines over there in the distance. I have no idea what that is or where it is, but it must be somewhere near here. I think it's probably going to be too far out of the way for today, but you have that option. And there's a bit of a better view. There's multiple things going on here. Lovely. Now we've walked a little bit further along and we've got more to the river part, and it's definitely a lot quieter. There's no tide. It's just a very occasional slow sound of water, and a residential area behind me, of course. So I think I've said this in lots of my other videos, but I enjoy this kind of walk. This part might not be for you. There are trains that get you anywhere you want to go if you need to. It's still well connected as an area, but hopefully along the way something will stand out. Alright, we found the one thing you've been waiting for, and it's not this interesting diner. Although speaking of that, there's quite a few around here that have quite cool designs. Like I've seen many Kamakuras, but I've never seen one with that kind of design. But no, what you've been waiting for is the combination of Super Sport and McDonald's. Now you know you're really in Japan. Why else would you come to this lovely city but for those premium attractions? Yeah, we're gonna skip past those. But I also haven't been to many cities like this in Japan. So, maybe this is normal, but I find it interesting and I'm enjoying a little walk along it. I miss the donut, smells good. I miss the donut, smells good, but I will resist temptation. Well, Google Maps didn't say to go this way. Looks a bit dodgy. Let's turn around. Very lucky, you might just find a cute little cat here. Which I actually scared half to death because my phone accidentally used flash. I was very annoyed. But luckily, it's okay now, though that barking might not be nice. Now, according to Google, this slope is a tourist attraction. I can't tell you why, and Google can't tell me either. But if you like slopes, this is the place for you. I've never seen a slope as a tourist attraction before. I would go up it, but sadly, it's completely the wrong direction to the last place on my list. So we happen to have walked past it, but we're going to skip going up it for now, because we have something, hopefully, even better. Just walked past a random building. There was nothing in it, except 2 pictures of Spy Family and some flowers. Like, what? Now I can just about dimly make it out in the distance, right there. Let's see if we can figure out how to get it, because that way it looks closed. So 90% of crossings in Japan just work automatically. You can't interfere with them. But then there's the 10% which have a little button down here by my knee that I need to press to cross the road. So I've been standing here like an idiot for 2 minutes. Just like, am I ever going to get across this? I hadn't even pushed the button. Alright, we've got a lot of stairs to get up here, and apparently this is a historical tourist attraction as well, so let's make it up to the probable final destination of what to do in Wakayama. Now, I am absolutely out of breath. I need a drink. But here it is, in all its glory. Wakayama Castle. Now, I've definitely arrived too late to actually go in. So basically, I'm just going to take a seat here and enjoy a few minutes. Oh, that's a nice view. I think it'd be nicer in daylight, but that's a nice... Jesus, there's 2 bugs that have just jumped out at me, and I've already got scared. They were just cicadas. You probably can't make out that view. And the trees kind of hide it. That you definitely can't, it's just a bunch of lights. The entrance to the castle is over here. So I clearly can't get to it. What I am going to do. So I haven't really eaten other than that orange in 7 hours. I've bought a packet of crisps, so I'm just going to sit here and look at the castle and have. And that'll be lovely. So if you really like castles, come during the day. Closes at 5 PM. Most things close at 5 PM in Japan. But I had other plans for today that I've enjoyed much more. So, let's chill. I think you really can't overstate the feeling of just eating some mini hula hoops. They're not hula hoops, they're a Japanese brand, but they're good and they're cheap. Just having this completely alone, there's nobody else here. In front of a historical monument, just chilling out. This is a nice thing to do, and it's only like 7 PM, is it? 7:16. And then there's a bit of a walk through a garden back, and then it's straight to the station. So I think, on this tasty note, that's Wakayama for you. So, hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed my day a lot, but I don't think this kind of walk is for everyone. So, if you stay in Osaka, I've stayed in Osaka for 3 weeks. I'd say it's worth a trip to quite a few places, and this is one you could put on your list if you like these kind of activities. But if not, it's not a must visit in Japan. It's just pretty awesome. So, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. And until the next one, I'll put green hair.